Hey everyone, welcome back to the O Show, everything crypto every day. Yes, I'm going live again today, and I have a very special guest with me. I have got Steven. We actually met on TikTok. He is on Twitter. He's on TikTok. He is a go-to tech guy. So Crypto Wallet Password Manager raises 27 million from Alex Ohen, Balarhi, I can't pronounce his last name, and more. So Magic Link-based authentication platform has major backers and ambitions of becoming the decentralized passport of the internet. So Magic is a link-based decentralized authentication platform for Web3 apps, raised 27 million in a Series A funding. And basically these investors are some heavy hitters. It is a San Francisco-based startup, originally known as Formatic before rebranding. They've had angel investors. Go ahead and give me your thoughts on this article. And then I want to know your opinion when we're talking about password management or storing private keys on anything digital, because I'm not with it. I'm just not with it.
Right. And so me as being an ethical hacker, I understand what they're trying to do here, but here's the thing is you're still going to need private keys to manage your private keys. And what are you going to do to manage those? And I think sending a magic link, here's the thing is an email can be compromised fairly easy. Even the SIM card swapping is very common and that happens. So those kind of tactics of using any digital medium to protect your cryptocurrencies, I see it as more of a risk than anything else. Honestly, the best way is to have non-digital ways of storing those. I can tell you how my private keys are stored. They are on titanium plates sealed together with holographic stickers inside a safety deposit box with a note telling my wife how to use that if I am no longer here. Every company right now is being compromised. I don't know if you know enough about the hacking world, but in the last 11 to 12 months, SolarWinds was a really big compromise that the Russians did, and they basically compromised distribution points for every major company from Dell to Malwarebytes. So all the software you've been getting for the last 11 months has been compromised. And on top of that, you got Kaseya that this got compromised, which is the distribution point for all IT companies. There's nothing sacred in the digital space at this moment. So it's not a really way safe, in my opinion, of storing stuff. I mean, I wish them the best, but I wouldn't use them. It's pretty crazy that, that kind of world we live in, it's almost like the Wild West online. Most people don't realize that we are at cyber war right now with two major countries. And both our country and those other two countries are just trying to go tit for tat and compromise infrastructure on both sides. And if you don't have the proper protections, or if you just kind of have it saved on your computer and you get part in this kind of dragnet that's happening, you're going to be done. In my home, I have an enterprise firewall and basically blocking my stuff. And to give you some statistics, what's happening on a daily basis, I have over 11,000 hack attempts every single day on my network. 11,000.
I just multiplied 11,000 by 365. That's over 4 million per year. Over 4 million hacking attempts per year on just your network alone.
And no, I'm just a small company. And I can imagine like the larger companies, what's happening. What's happening is most companies are compromised and they don't know it. The average response time for understanding when a hack happens is about 6 to 8 months. So what a hacker does comes in, they be very quiet, they listen, and they track all traffic and try to understand what the common traffic patterns are so they can compromise it and also wait for the most opportune time for them to do the hack. And on top of that, and the whole time they're just extracting data from the company. That data will wind up on the dark web and be sold for a premium as well, even if you get hit with a ransomware. If I help a lot of ransomwares mitigate, those things, it's a business. On top of that, they're built on blockchain technologies and using the highest level encryption. So they're almost, you can't get in them. And then they built these kind of really great systems that make them a lot of money, which is appalling if you're kind of the average company. And most smaller companies don't even know what this is going on because a lot of this is not really talked about in the news. We also work in some really highly secure systems that are used by some of our government agencies, where we're providing data and analytics to them to help them make better decisions. And you wouldn't believe how much is going on. What you hear in the news is less than 1% of what's going on. And that's on purpose because they don't want to have the agenda of showing how bad we are really at in this area.
It's just crazy that they're getting more and more sophisticated. Like this is crazy. So what are some tips maybe you can give some people about not getting scammed.
Sure. I mean, what you have to do is, just be a little bit more vigilant about this stuff. And here's the thing: is I'm also an ethical hacker. So if anybody has anything in question, I take down hackers. We report them to the FBI. We do all that kind of work. So if you have anything that's sketchy, you think it's really not that good, by all means, reach out to me. I will provide all my handles so you guys get a hold of me on my Twitters. I even have my email. I have people reach out to me and try to hack me all the time. I take them apart and they wish they never did. It's something I kind of like always do the right thing. We have the technical whereabouts to do it. Besides me being an ethical hacker, we have cybersecurity professionals on staff that work in this full time. And we tell people how secure their systems are not, along with the software that we build. So it's something, it's a passion of mine, and we can help anybody if they're looking or unsure about it. If you have an email, please send it over to me. I'll take it apart. I'll tell you if it's legit. Most likely it's not. If there's anything, you get that gut feeling, you think it's just something wrong. A lot of times these guys are in foreign countries, so the grammar is going to be a little off. The tone of the way the message will be a little off. And these are things that'll kind of give you a little bit of tips if you're unsure. But by all means, if you really don't want to, never click on the link. Send it to me and I'll tell you how it is, and I'll take them down if it's something that's not legit.